The Splatoon series is a very fun and stylish game series. I have put hundreds of hours into each game and have had a great time with each game. But one question still remains, are the Inklings kids or squids? By the end of this video, I hope to have an answer. Going into Splatoon, I didn't really know how much I would like it. The game was announced in 2014 at E3, and then released the following year. Looking at the gameplay, the game seemed fun, but I didn't know if it was the game for me. I mean, the whole game seemed like the main demographic was supposed to be for kids, and the marketing didn't help. Legit, some of the trailers really made this game seem like a super duper game for babies. But the Wii U era had a lot of dry periods, so I decided to give the game a shot. Launching the game, you are put into a colorful city called Inkopolis Plaza. You're greeted by two idols called the Squid Sisters. Their names are Callie and Mari. I guess I would say their designs are cute. Mari is better than Callie though. Anyways, they give you the news of what's happening around the town, like what maps are in the current rotation and other news. After the presentation is done, you can walk around the plaza, and there are many shops with fun characters that sell you gear. Each shop owner has a fun personality, so it's kind of enjoyable to actually talk and buy stuff from them. You can buy headgear, shirts, shoes, and weapons. I believe only Sheldon, the person who sells you guns, is the only shop owner who is consistent throughout the 3 games. Everyone else gets replaced with someone new in Splatoon 2 and 3, but their replacements aren't bad. But yeah, there are many fashionable items you can buy, so you can be ready for the multiplayer. The multiplayer in Splatoon was a little bit odd when I first played the game. There are 2 options to choose from in the multiplayer. Turf War, which is the casual mode, and Turf War, the team that wins is the one that inks the most ground. And yeah, I did find that weird initially, because I'm so used to it being whoever gets the most kills wins. So it was odd that my focus should be to shoot the ground and stuff. Of course, you still have to eliminate enemy players, but the main thing is to get the most turf covered in your team's ink. There is also a ranked mode. In ranked mode, there are 3 different modes: Splat Zones, Tower Control, and Rainmaker. As expected, ranked mode is more competitive, and you have a rank you have to maintain. If you win, you get more XP, so you level up faster, but if you lose, you basically get nothing. In all 3 of the Splatoon games, I never really played ranked mode. I think at max, I got my rank to a B-. Another thing Splatoon offers multiplayer-wise is sometimes there will be events called Splatfest. Every month or so, the idols of each game will hold a poll on which option is the best. Most aren't super important, like ketchup versus mayonnaise, but some are a matter of life and death, like waffles versus pancakes. Splatfest are always a good time, and you get items called Super Sea Snails that allow you to upgrade your gear. Also, Splatfests are super important, as the last Splatfest determines what the next game's single-player story will be. Oh yeah, Splatoon isn't just a multiplayer game, it has a story too. I also will be basically spoiling everything about it. Like, I'm not going to go super in depth with it and stuff, but I will be spoiling the last boss fights and stuff. But I think it's fine, as I don't think the stories are actually that deep. Man, I wonder if that will be a controversial statement. Anyways, let's talk about the single player. In the plaza, you see an old Inkling looking out of a manhole. If you follow him, you will find a new area. And this is where Splatoon's single player takes place. You find out the old man is named Captain Cuttlefish, and he needs your help to stop the Octarian army. You agree and you become Agent 3. Splatoon's single player is pretty fun. It kinda reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy a bit. There's a fair amount of platforming and boss fights, and you find ancient scrolls to tell you the lore of the game. Anyways, you go through many levels, and you fight the main bad guy DJ Octavio, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, so far Splatoon made a pretty good impression on me. But can the sequels be even better? 2 years later, in 2017, we got Splatoon 2, and yeah, it was pretty good. I believe out of the 3 games, this is the one I played the most, with 210 hours of playtime. We got a new hub city with the Inkopolis Square. We got new idols named Off the Hook. The 2 members are Marina, who is an Octoling, and Pearl. She got a big ass forehead. They have some pretty good banter. Splatoon 2 introduces 2 new weapon types, with the dualies and the umbrella type weapons, alongside some unique weapons as well. We got a new rank mode with Clan Blitz. This mode sucks. All my homies hate Clan Blitz. And we got a new horde mode with Salmon Run, which is a really fun mode. You and 3 other people have to collect eggs from the salmonoids, and there's a fair amount of boss salmonoids, and you have to deliver them to the mysterious Mr. Grizz. He's not a bear, guys. That would be too obvious. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with the multiplayer modes of Splatoon 2, along with the single player. In the single player of Splatoon 2, the Great Zapfish has gone missing again. Did I forget to talk about the Great Zapfish when talking about Splatoon 1? No, you're just imagining I forgot to talk about it initially. Anyways, the Great Zapfish is missing, and we need to get it back. Also, Callie is missing, so we have to find her too. So we go through all these cool levels and some cool boss fights. Well, not all of them are cool, some are annoying. But that's just every game. Anyways, we get to the final battle, and of course it's DJ Octavio again. But he has Callie under mind control with some sunglasses. But then Mario comes in and snipes them off in a dramatic slow-mo shot, and then we beat DJ Octavio for the final time. I mean, it's gotta be the final time, right? Anyways, the single player of Splatoon 2 is also fun, and I would say an overall improvement. So I have to be real, I didn't play the Octo expansion, but I did watch a walkthrough, so I can kinda talk about it. But yeah, in Splatoon 2 DLC, the Octo expansion, you play as Agent 8. You're an Octoling, but you're not evil. Anyways, you go through a bunch of challenges to reach the surface. The game takes place before Splatoon 2, so Marina and Pearl are there to help you out. The final battle is pretty cool. You fight Commander Tartar, but he uses the Statue of Liberty to fight you. I mean, it's not the Statue of Liberty, but it might as well be. Anyways, it's a really cool and cinematic fight. Splatoon 3 came out in 2022. I honestly kind of feel like Splatoon 3 was supposed to be a Switch 2 game, but then the console got delayed, so they decided to just put it on Switch 1. I have no info to back this up. It's just weird we got Splatoon 2 only 2 years later, but then there was a 5-year gap. It just seems kind of weird. Anyways, in Splatoon 3, we are in a new city called Splatsville. The vibe of this town is a little bit different. It's still an urban city, but unlike the first two, it is very close to a desert. We got another idol group with Deep Cut. This time there are 3 members. We got Shiver. Okay, so some people like to lewd the Inklings and just Splatoon characters in general, and I find that weird. But like with Shiver, I get it. Anyways, we also have Big Man, who is a Stingray, and he's a pretty lovable guy. And finally, we got...
What the hell is even that?
I can't believe it. The devs saw people talking about how big Pearl's forehead was, and they made a character who has an even bigger one. Anyways, yep, we got Fry, and that's Deep Cut. Splatoon 3 adds even more weapon types, like Splatonas and Stingers, Sloshers, and more. Splatoon 3 didn't really add any new rank modes though. There are more things to do, like challenges and Table Turf Battle, which I barely played. They did introduce Tricolor Turf War for Splatfest. But every other rank mode that was in Splatoon 2 is in 3. Clan Blitz still sucks. Salmon Run is back and is much better. There are more bosses, and there are even bigger enemies called King Salmonoids. I think I've only won against those maybe 6 times in total. Every once in a while, the big run happens, which is an even more intense Salmon Run. As for the single player of Splatoon 3, it's pretty good. You play as an unknown Inkling, and you meet Captain Cuttlefish in the desert, and he needs your help. You're also traveling with a small Salmonoid named Little Buddy. Anyways, you walk around the desert, and then you encounter a big enemy, and it's...
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So once again, you fight DJ Octavio, and then you fall into a hole. And you wake up in an icy land, and Callie and Mario are there, along with Agent 3. But he ranked up, so he's the new captain now. So the player character is the new Agent 3. It's your job to save the world against the Mammillarians, which are just Octarians, but they're like fuzzy now. You go through a lot of cool levels and boss fights again. You also collect more lore, which is about past experiments in space, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I know I read it, but I forgot. But anyways, you end up going to a rocket ship and going to space. And you fight the final boss who is, wait, Mr. Grizz? And he's a grizzly bear? I would have never guessed it. Anyways, the fight is really cool. And little buddy even gets to transform into a bigger salmonoid. And it's all just pretty hype. Unlike 2, I did play the Splatoon 3 DLC. And it was pretty decent as well. In Splatoon 3 side order, you play as Agent 8 again. You're trapped in this digital world with Pearl and Marina. Side order is a bit different than the other single player campaigns, as side order is a roguelike. You must reach the top of the tower doing a bunch of challenges, and there's a lot of skills and stats you upgrade. I'm not really into this genre of game, but I found side order to be pretty fun. During the tower climb, you meet another character from Marina's past named Oct. She's green for some reason. Anyways, as you play the game more and more, you get more lore about how this whole situation happened and how to break this simulation. You have to fight the same boss fight like 8 times or something, but the dialogue changes every time and it's funny, so it at least stays fresh. But yeah, Side Order wasn't a super long DLC, but it was fun and challenging. The Splatoon series has been such a fun time so far. I'm really glad I gave this game a shot in 2015 and not just passed on it, since it looked like a baby game. I look forward to seeing what's next for the series. Oh, also, as far as if the Inklings are kids or squids, man, I don't know. Anyways, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. At the time of this video, Splatoon Raiders has been announced, but we don't have a release date. But it looks pretty cool, and seems like this will be the first Splatoon Strand type game. But yeah, we still need a direct to announce when this game is coming out. Anyways, once again, I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. I tried to keep things brief, since my audience retention time is so low. I can't be making 20-minute videos or longer. But yeah, hopefully it turned out good enough. Anyways, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or maybe even subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed what you saw. I've been Crazy with a Monkey, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.